guys, Preston here with Tatum Tactical. Today I'm going to be showing you how to disassemble a bolt carrier group on a nice gun. First things first, you're going to make sure the bolts or the gun's nice and clear, no ammunition in it, anything like that. So you're going to bolt back. Obviously there's nothing in it. I'm just going to do that. Okay, so first things first, you want to make sure you push the bottom pin in first. That way the pressure won't be on it. Because if you did the top one, the pressure would go on the bottom pin, making it very hard to open. Oops. Now what you're going to do, like that, you're going to pull back. There you have the bolt. Now you can just set this aside for now. Just set it over there. Now what you're going to need is the copper. You need to pull out the copper pin. That's what it looks like. Just a nice little pin. Now, the firing pin should slide out with ease. Not hard at all. Next, you take out the bolt.
You want to show them what that is? Like turn it to where they can see it?
Next, you push the bolt back to where you can see the bolt cam. And then you just twist it and then pull it out. It's pretty easy. And then you can just slide out the bolt. Set those there. Right now, this is just for cleaning, maintenance, checking for residue, making sure it's all good and grease.
You want to make sure that these screws right here also, Preston,
Yes.
just to let you know,
Are tight.
these are properly staked gas tube bolts. They're usually like grade 8 bolts, very strong bolts. You want to check those, make sure they haven't moved at all. Just make sure everything is in tip-top shape. Make sure there's plenty of oil, but not too much. Just make sure there's not a lot of carbon buildup inside the bolt and around the gas tube area.
Okay, so now you're just going to check the firing pin for any bends, cracks, also the bolt cam, the copper pin too, just make sure it's all nice and good, and make sure that your gas rings are nice, make sure the holes are together.
Make sure they're staggered.
Make sure they're staggered. It looks pretty good to me.
You want to tell them why we polish that part of the bolt?
Just to keep like the residue from building up and stuff.
Easier to clean?
Easier to clean.
Right.
Making sure the residue doesn't build up, and it pretty much stops it.
Okay.
So now, this is how to put it back together. So what you're going to do is make sure this part right here is always facing this way.
Facing to the right, because it is a right eject gun.
And if it's a left eject gun, it always faces left.
Correct.
Now you just got to give it a little twist, and it should slide right in.
Good job.
Now the reason you always want to have it to the right is because the way the gun ejects on the right, obviously, if it didn't do that, the shell would be stuck in the gun, and it'd be kind of hard to get out, and you'd have to take your gun apart.
Correct.
So, now what you want to do is make sure this hole is lined up with the hole over here.
Okay.
Like that.
Good job.
And then you need to take your bolt can and slide it in there.
Okay.
Twist it.
Right.
And then you're going to need to do this now because when you put it back into the gun, you just need to have it like that. And then you're going to take your firing pin and put it right in there.
Okay.
It should fit snugly. Like that. Now you just take your copper pin, slide it right in there.
Looks good. You want to make sure. You also want to make sure when you do put your cotter pin in that it's flush and not sticking out, because when you go to put that back in the upper receiver, it will catch on that. So you just want to make sure that that's all the way in.
Okay. So now you're going to move to the gun again. Now lift this upper receiver up from the bottom receiver so it looks like this. Same way we took the bolt out. I'm going to make sure it's out a little bit. That should snugly slide right in with
Okay, looks good.
And you just do this. And then put the pin back in.
Okay.
Now it all looks good. Just to do a few test runs. And just do that. Looks pretty nice. Working good. Sliding back good.
You want to check, you want to rack that back again and make sure the safety works since you had it apart?
Yep.
Safety works good. Pull the trigger. Nothing? Alright, turn it back on fire. Squeeze. Good job.
And yeah. That's the M4. How to take apart and clean the bolt carrier group. Pretty nice little gun.
I wouldn't say it's little, Preston. I would say it is compact, but yet still a dangerous weapon.
Yes.
This is actually a buddy of mine's gun. He brought it over. I did some trigger work on it. Basically what he has on it is a Mo 6-position stock in dark earth. He's got a Ergo soft grip in dark earth. I did polish and hone the trigger on it, so it's the trigger pulls quite nice on it. He just recently picked up this SIG-TAC prismatic scope. It is a 3-power scope. It does have a green and red reticle on it. Quarter click adjustments. We've shot probably 200 to 300 rounds, varying from 55 grain PMC to 62 grain incendiaries and 62 grain tracers and M855 green tips. It did come with the regular furniture on it. He wanted a little bit more tactical look, so I went ahead and took the barrel off and put the Troy battle rail on it, which he seems to like a lot. We do have the rail covers on it and the bipod and muzzle protector. Overall, about 300 yards. I mean, it shoots really good at 300 yards just with the 3-power. Very quick target acquisition. I think it'll be a lot faster now that the trigger is a lot lighter. But other than that, it's a simple yet sexy gun. It's functional. It's not too heavy. It's very light. Probably comes in at around 6.5, maybe 7 pounds. I'm sure there's more things that he'll want to do to it in the future, but as of right now, it is a very good gun. And Preston, is there anything else you want to say?
Preston Adams, Tatum Tactical. Hope you liked this video. Like, subscribe if you want more.
Have a great one.